Iran's pro-hijab leader is under fire after daughter's wedding video went viral. Iran's supreme leader Ayatollah Ali Khamenei is now facing a rare public embarrassment as a scandal involving one of his top aide's daughter's video goes viral on social media. Now, the controversy centers around the wedding of the daughter of Ali Shamkhani. He is a prominent hardline figure and staunch pro-hijab advocate. Well, it was Shamkhani who has rather enforced wearing hijab for women in Iran. Now, in the video that you see on your screens right now, this is dated 2024, wherein Shamkhani's daughter, who is the Iranian Supreme Leader Ayatollah Ali Khamenei's right man, his daughter is seen entering the lavish Esplanade Palace Hotel in Tehran wearing a strapless, low-cut gown. Clearly, no hijab, no head covering. The footage has now reignited public anger over what many see as the regime's double standards, enforcing harsh rules for the public while turning a blind eye to violations among the elite. Well, this backlash comes at a time when the authorities are reportedly preparing to deploy 80,000 new morality police officers across Tehran to tighten the hijab enforcement. Our next report telling you more.
A white low-cut strapless dress, bareback gowns and veils. Sounds like any other wedding in the West, right? Yet this wedding has ignited fury in Iran's hardline Islamic regime, known for its draconian hijab laws for women. A video from 2024 shows the daughter of an aide to the supreme leader Ayatollah Ali Khamenei wearing a plunging strapless wedding gown has gone viral, with Iranian activists slamming the double lives of elite officials in the country. Ali Shamkhani, a long-time ally of Khamenei and a military commander, is one of the strictest enforcers of Iran's strict hijab and public morality policies. Yet ironically, when it comes to his own wife and daughter, the rules no longer matter. The setting, a lavish Tehran wedding at a luxury hotel, with Shamkhani himself walking his daughter down the aisle, his wife by his side in a revealing blue lace evening gown, with both women not wearing a hijab. In fact, it was Shamkhani, the former head of Iran's Supreme National Security Council, who was behind the brutal crackdown on the anti-hijab protests that erupted in 2022 after the death of Mahsa Amini. Amini, a 22-year-old woman, died after being beaten by morality police for allegedly not complying with the hijab rules. Amini's death ignited global outrage and calls for justice. But for many in Iran, justice still feels distant. While Shamkhani accuses Israel of leaking the video, it has reopened deep wounds in Iranian society, exposing the glaring double standards between those in power and the people they govern. For a regime built on control and conservatism, the veil of moral authority is now slipping. NDTV Bureau Report.
All right, let's now tell you more about Iran's hijab hypocrisy. Number one, let's tell you about the hijab law in Iran. Now, the law is mandatory for women in public, that's since 1979. It is enforced by the morality police of Iran, and non-compliance, women in Iran don't want to cover their head or don't want to wear a hijab. It has strict repercussions because it can lead to arrest, fines and even abuse. Moving on to the second factor here, where we will tell you about Mahsa Amini's death. Of course, you must have heard about her death. It caused a global uproar in 2022. Now, she was arrested by Iran's morality police for improper hijab because her head wasn't covered properly. She died in police custody in 2022. Apart from that, the impact of her death, it led to massive demonstrations, not just in Iran, but worldwide, where right groups and they started advocating for women's rights, which is strictly curtailed in Iran. Apart from that, let's also now tell you about Shamkhani scandal and how this has led to uproar in Iran. Well, to talk more on this, I'm now being joined by Professor Zamir Abbas. He is joining us live from Qom in Iran. Welcome to NDTV. Professor, first up, of course, what we're seeing right now is double standards, hypocrisy in Iran, where we witnessed Mahsa Amini's death because her head was slightly uncovered. And now the video that has surfaced from 2024 shows the Supreme Leader's right-wing man, his daughter, wearing a very Western-styled gown. Clearly no head coverings there, no hijab. My question to you is this: are we looking at double standards in Iran at this point of time? One set of rules for the elites and other for the commoners there.
Okay, thank you very much for having me on the show. I was listening to your opening statement and the Bureau report statement that was there. There were many mistakes in that. Let me first say that this was not a public occasion. This was a private occasion. I'm not here to defend what he did. That's his personal choice. His daughter's wedding in a private ceremony inside his inside a hotel or wherever it was. It was a private event. It was not a public event. This is stated. Please let me complete. Secondly, quoting that he is the person who enforced the hijab law is completely wrong. He is a defense analyst and he's a defense expert in the military of Iran. What they do in their personal life is not confirmed, or nobody. Iran is not a small country. It is a country which has huge population, people with different views, different opinions. They are there with different strategies. They have their own personal life. Yes.
Right, Professor. You've clearly said that what he does in his personal life has nothing to do with what happens to women in public. But my question to you here is that the wedding happened in Iran. She's not following any of the rules. Of course, women have their freedom to do what they want, but it needs to be applicable to even those who perhaps don't belong to affluent families. The correct example is that of Mahsa Amini, who died in police custody. Why? Because half her head wasn't covered. So this has clearly enraged the Iranians out there. What do you have to say on that?
Okay, let me first inform you that this video is 2 years old. This has surfaced 5 times within Iran, and there has been no public outrage. Because you don't understand the Iranian culture, that is the reason you are saying these things. Because in normal Iranian wedding, which normally in Iran people are moderate, people are religious, people are very religious. In normal Iranian wedding, this is one of the traditions where in a private gathering, if you look at the video clearly, there are only females in that wedding, in that ceremony. The father takes the daughter and hands over the daughter to the person whom she is getting married to.
Okay.
So this is a private event, first of all. Secondly, about Mahsa Amini, okay, and the issue of Mahsa Amini. We have spoken about it a lot, okay. The evidence, forensic evidence, and lot of evidences have proven, and lot of propagandas which was pushed by the Western agencies, which are opposing the Indian government right now as well. The same agencies push the agenda because they hate Iran. Now, Shamkhani is the person, if he's so evil, why would they want to kill him? He was born while he was sleeping in his house. Why do they want to kill him if he's so evil and if he's so pro this thing? Thirdly, the third point I want to claim is this, that Shamkhani is a strategist, and there are different kinds of strategists available within Iran, and he provides strategies for defense analysis.
Professor. Right, you've given us a lowdown of Shamkhani, but the United Nations report clearly said that Iran is responsible for physical violence leading to death of Mahsa Amini. Clearly, you have your own viewpoints. But my last question to you: do you think that women? My last question to you, Professor. I heard you. My last question to you: do you think that women in Iran have equal rights?
Okay. Let me just put you some facts to you, okay? According to the UNESCO report, before 1979, before the Islamic Revolution, 37% of the females within Iran were educated. Now, 98% of the females are educated. More than 70% engineering and doctors in Iran, the students students are female. More than 34% of the females professors are females.
Okay.
In Iran, this is higher than most of the Western countries' statistics. You come to Iran, I invite you, the way you are presenting that there are police going around within Iran, the moral police is there. This is all Western propaganda. We as Indians should stop copying, pasting the Western agenda and the Western propaganda. We as Indians, we should look at the progress of Iran, the women in Iran, since 1979 till date. How much has Iran
Right,
progressed?
Professor. I'm afraid we're running out of time. We're talking about progress in Iran, the same country wherein women cannot step out of their house without their male relative. But your viewpoints are well appreciated. Thank you. Thank you for joining us here on NDTV.